Hi, this is Scott with Android Guys, and I'm here with Luke.
Hello, Scott.
Hello, Luke.
And everybody.
And, yeah. Hey, everybody out there in podcast land.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Tell us now. We'll wait.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm really happy for you.
Really? Huh.
You must be very proud.
You fit all of that
Very nice.
in the car.
I didn't hear that.
We're having two different conversations.
Somebody else.
There's a lot of people that listen to us, Scott.
There's a lot of people talking to us right now.
Yeah.
And there are some of them saying, shut up.
Right.
And tell us about.
Like, we don't care about.
Forget your stupid intro.
You're not entertaining anyone except yourselves.
Nobody here cares about that.
All right.
Okay. So it's your turn.
I'm going to talk about a game.
Ooh, a game today.
Yeah. So this is a new game. Relatively new.
Ooh, yeah. It's less than, about 500,000 installs.
Yeah.
So that's relatively low numbers.
Yeah. This is a game called Eternal Evolution. This is I don't really know exactly how to categorize this as an RPG. I guess they categorize it as an idle RPG.
Okay.
And we know from our past in talking about idle games,
Yeah,
that they're not truly idle. You know, you kind of get in, you get out what you put in.
Yeah.
Most of the time in these games,
you go in, you click your buttons, tap your things, collect,
do all your stuff.
Yeah.
And then you
Skedaddle,
and it keeps going, and accumulates, and then you come back and collect more and keep doing more stuff. This game is very much like this.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are, it's got that collection aspect to it. And, you know, there are different tiers of heroes to collect. And, you know, obviously the more rare ones are better. And there's all these, you know, special release characters and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what keeps you in the game. So this game is an idle RPG. You have your roster of characters, and you unlock them by going through different missions and different kind of areas of this map. You land on this planet, and you kind of are creating this base, and you have all these heroes that you're recruiting to fight other monsters that are coming to attack. And that's the loose story. As you collect all these characters, you have people that are kind of like military, you know, with guns and swords and stuff like that. And then you have these beast creatures with big tusks, or some of them have like, some of them look like little like dragons that have fire weapons. And then you have like these, some characters that are kind of like mechs and robots.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of different characters to build your squad. And so you go through and you do these 5-on-5 battles, or sometimes you do your 5 characters versus a big boss or something like that. And so you're going through and you're building these characters up, and as you go and unlock recruitment spots, you recruit more characters, but it's not all unique. You'll get a lot of the same characters and different rarities of those characters. And the way you upgrade them is by collecting, you know, let's say I get 4 C tier characters. I can combine those, get together to a B tier character. And then I can combine 2 of those together to an A tier character. And so you're trying to get up to the highest tier characters and then level those ones up. And then you can also add equipment. You can add, you know, helmets and armor and weapons and trinkets and stuff to each character. And some of them are better at healing. Some of them are better at damage. Some of them are better as a tank of absorbing damage. A lot of different ways to build your team, a lot of different synergies. It's really fun. It's a fun game. it doesn't take excuse me, it doesn't take a lot of thought power to play the game. And there is an auto play. So you can speed up the time if you want. And then you can also just hit auto and let the computer make the best choices for you. And that's totally fine. The only difference, if you let the computer choose as you start hitting your level cap on things, it might take you longer to proceed to the next area. Or you can go in, tweak your settings, tweak your characters, and you can manually fight all the battles, and maybe get farther ahead with, less time spent in the game or less money spent in the game. So these idle games really come down to, how do I want to play this game?
Right.
So if I go in and I'm one of those people that like, oh, okay, I like to figure out what every character does. I like to figure out the best strategy for each battle. If I'm going against somebody that has fire, maybe I take somebody with ice because that's better with fire, and I can tweak all this stuff. Or you're somebody that's like, you know what? I really like just these different characters, and I just want to collect people. I don't really care about the gameplay. I'm going to go in, auto everything, just amass characters and upgrade and try and complete the roster of characters. Try and fill out all of the different characters, and that's the game I want to play. So you can do that. So it's a free-to-play game.
Okay.
How do they make their money? How does HK Hero Entertainment Co. Limited make their money? Well, they make their money by selling upgrade packs.
Okay.
Selling card packs. So you can go in, free to play game. The longer you're in the game, the more money you're making. You can make that faster by buying packs, by buying passes. As you upgrade and do so many different things, you might get these rewards. But if you buy a pass, you'll get these rewards plus these other rewards. So you can get, more for your time spent if you want to pay for the different passes. There's like 2 passes, and then there's almost 3 different kind of store areas. So there's a lot of different ways to purchase things. You can purchase gold, you can purchase upgrade credits, you can purchase card packs. There's a lot of different things you can buy. Plus you can buy these reward passes, and there's, limited edition treasure chests, limited edition cards for special characters. There's a lot of different things, and that's how they get you. If, I'm playing this game, I'm putting a lot of time in, maybe if I just bought this character, it's only $2, that might be the thing to put me over the edge. Or, oh, you know what? Hey, you've been playing a long time. As a reward, here's this pack that's 300% off. It's like, man, it's not really 300% off, or it's $1.99, but we're giving you 900% value on that $1.99. Right. We're giving you all this extra stuff. So there's a lot of that. Now, there aren't ads in the game, so that's cool. The game doesn't have any kind of like autoplay video ads or anything like that, but there is a lot of incentive in game to buy stuff.
Well, you had also mentioned how like you will kind of merge 2 characters to create a higher tier. I can imagine the desire to go, well, let me just buy one more of those.
Sure.
And then that would be all I need to kind of snowball effect that up into a top level guy.
Right. And then they say, after 40 recruits, you're guaranteed a rare or better.
Yeah.
So like, well, you know what? I've done about 30 recruits today. If I just buy a 10 pack of cards, I'm going to get one rare.
Right.
So there's a lot of those incentives. The characters are really cool, and there's a little bit of backstory about each character. As you upgrade the characters, you unlock talents, so they have different abilities that they unlock.
This is all very reminiscent. Some of these mechanics remind me of another game, and I'm curious if it reminds you of like maybe a Marvel game that you've played.
Yeah.
Some of these things you could be used to describe the Stranger Things puzzle tales.
Yep.
Where you have a team of 5 and you can unlock or collect different characters.
Yep.
Each of them, you can kind of level them up as you go, but then you can equip them with 4 different things.
Right.
And then you can level those things up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to find the right blend of guys to take on the bad guys, because one is really good at proactive strikes. Right. One is really good at healing your team. Mm-hmm. One is good at removing debuffs.
Right.
So I love those things about the Stranger Things game.
Yeah.
That game just happens to be like a Bejeweled Match 3 style.
Right.
But all of those other things are, I come back to this game, complete these little quests, do these little things, and then see if I can build my team up.
Right.
So I'm fascinated or interested by this, especially looking at the graphics, listening to your review, and kind of looking at the trailer. Mm-hmm. It seems like the kind of game that I might, if you like this, you'll like that kind of thing.
It's very fun, and I will say that the graphics are great. It looks gorgeous. It sounds good. You know, I normally play all my games on silent. I usually don't. I turn the sound on to see how the sound is for a review. But this one is actually good. I don't mind having the sound on for this game. You don't need it on.
Yeah.
It's not like there's audio cues where you're like, oh, when I hear the sound, I need to do this type of attack. Mm-hmm. There's not anything like that. I mean, most of the time I'm having the computer auto attack for me anyway.
Right.
Because since this is an idle game, it's really cool that I can turn this game on and basically have it farm for me while I'm watching TV.
Sure.
The game is just playing. Now, you have to play a decent amount of the game ahead of time to get to the certain level where you unlock autoplay.
Yeah.
So they make you go through it a little bit. But once you get to the point, well, let me clarify that a little bit. You can always have the computer auto attack and auto play for you. What you unlock eventually is the ability to auto queue the next match.
Oh, okay.
So you can just basically hit go, and until you hit a level where you need to upgrade your guys to beat it, it will just keep going for you. And you don't have to do anything. You can just, as long as you set your phone. Now, since this is a new game, it has good graphics. If you do that, you'll want to charge your phone.
Okay.
Because it will suck your battery away.
Yeah. I mean, graphically, it looks like the kind of game that might be a little bit more demanding.
And it has some settings where you can tweak those. You can change the graphic settings down to low. But if you have, a flagship level device, the game looks really nice at full resolution, full frame rate. It's a really cool looking game. Now, all of that's kind of the all-encompassing kind of idle RPG style game.
Yeah.
You know, similar to Marvel Strike Force, similar to Stranger Things, similar to Raid Shadow Legends. A lot of these games that are the big games in this space. What this one has, and I'm not super familiar with this space. Like you said, I've played Marvel Strike Force. I've played a couple of these other games. What this one has, that isn't necessarily unique, but a reason that I think there's a little bit more replay value in this game, is it has an arena. So as you build up these characters, as you build up this roster of characters and unlock the talents and unlock the special equipment and upgrade your equipment, all these things, if you like the synergies and creating the strategy, you can actually play in the arena versus real people and level up, and there is some sort of real life leaderboards and stuff like that. So there is that side of the game too, where all of this idle RPG stuff, it can matter because you're actually playing against, another person somewhere else in the world and trying to get to the top of this leaderboard by beating the hardest things in the game.
Cool.
So that's another cool feature. In the game, there's a whole bunch of different styles of gameplay as far as you can kind of go around a map and pick places to attack and things to do. You can follow this path and choose to go left or right and maybe unlock different things as you go through towards the boss. So there's a couple different kind of gameplay things. There are some There's a guild aspect, so you can join, a group of similar style players. If it's, people that just, some people like to have a chat going while they're playing a game and talking to somebody else in the world, or somebody that's like, hey, we don't really play these games much, but we're here if you have any questions about, is this character good? There's those guilds that are just like, hey, we're just trying to give people a little bit more insight and strategy, so you don't have to do all the research yourself. So it has some of that community aspect to it, which is cool. But yeah, like I said, it's a little over 500 million downloads, which
500,000.
500,000 downloads, which is not a lot. It's a relatively new game, and gameplay and graphics, audio wise, it's top tier. So if you like those kind of idle RPG style games, if you like collection games, if you like some sort of it's not PvP, but there is leaderboards. This is, I would say, check this one out, because it's a sci-fi fantasy style. It's got some very like military and mechanical things, but also has like the beasts and magic kind of thing going for it too. So it's got some pretty interesting theme stuff to it. It's fun. I've played a decent amount of it, and I'm probably going to keep playing a little bit more because I'm enjoying it.
Right on. And the name of that one more time?
Eternal Evolution.
Eternal Evolution. All right. Thank you, Luke.
No problem.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.